and welcome back to This Week in New Genre Books. My name is Amelia, and from Locus Magazine, we're going to tell you all about the new science fiction, fantasy, horror, and related books being published the week of February 25th, 2025. Stick around and we'll make sure you are completely up to date with everything that's coming out right this very now. First up, science fiction, we have 3 titles. From Jack Campbell, we have Destiny's Way, out from Ace in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a military/time travel science fiction series. Lieutenant Celine Genji is sent back in time to correct events that led to the destruction of Earth. What could go wrong? Well, she was a reviled figure in the past due to her experiments in human-alien gene editing. From Gareth L. Powell, we have Future's Edge, out from Titan Books UK in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a science fiction alien contact novel with horror elements. Archaeologist Ursula accidentally infects herself with an alien parasite. That would be her biggest problem if a huge cataclysm didn't destroy most of the human race. Some big disaster destroying most of the human race would probably outweigh anything going on in your personal life. Now she's tasked with finding the artifact that infected her to help save the rest of humanity. From Karen Thompson Walker, we have The Strange Case of Jane O, out from Random House in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a speculative literary novel. A new mother has a series of strange episodes: amnesia, premonitions, hallucinations, and a sense of dread. It gets really spooky when even her psychiatrist starts to question the reality he thought he knew. So, you're gonna buy a book sometime. We kind of can't help it. Next time you feel the urge, how about buying your books from our bookshop.org link? That way you support local bookstores and Locus. We get a little bit of affiliate income every time you do. Help us, help your local bookstore, and maybe check out some of these new books. Next up, horror, we have 1 title. From Heather Perry, we have Carrion Crew, out from Doubleday UK in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audio. This is a gothic novel about Marguerite, a young woman kept locked in the attic for her own good, according to her mother. With only a sewing machine, a book of housekeeping, and a visiting crow to keep her company, Marguerite starts changing. Next up, fantasy, we have 7 titles. From Paige Crutcher, we have A Circle of Uncommon Witches, out from St. Martin's Griffin in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy romance novel. Doreen is a witch from a clan whose female witches were cursed to die before they found love. To break the spell, she seeks the help of the immortal male witch who cursed them centuries before. From Andrea Eames, we have A Harvest of Hearts, out from Erewhon in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a cozy fantasy novel. In a world where magic users fuel their powers by taking bits of people's hearts, clumsy Foss must hunt down a piece of her heart after it's taken. She discovers that the culprit sorcerer is sulky, new to magic, and doesn't know how to undo what he did. Do sorcerers have malpractice insurance? I mean, maybe we need to think about these things. From Richard Harland, we have Farron and the Invaders of Heaven, out from IFWG Publishing International in paperback and ebook. This is a young adult post-apocalyptic novel, part of the Farron trilogy. When humankind discovers a heavenly afterlife, they fall into a war with the angels. In the far future, humans are driven into marginal tribes in the ruined landscape. From Gaurav Mohanty, we have Dance of Shadows, out from Ad Astra in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a grim, dark fantasy novel, second in the Rag of Rata series. In a world inspired by ancient India, a fragile armistice is giving way to war and the son of darkness. From Molly O'Neill, we have Green Teeth, out from Orbit US in paperback, ebook, and audio. This is a fantasy novel. Jenny Greenteeth is a human-eating creature with needle-sharp teeth that lives in a lake. When a witch is thrown into the water, Jenny decides to spare her and discovers that an evil faction has taken over the witch's village and is threatening the lake. From Samantha Shannon, we have The Dark Mirror, out from Bloomsbury, USA in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a fantasy intrigue novel, 5th in the Bone Season series. Paige Mahoney wakes up with half a year erased from her memory. She goes to Venice, where she must help the Divino program get to the bottom of Scion's evil, Operation Ventriloquist. Please do me a favor, like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate it. From Emily J. Taylor, we have The Otherwhere Post, out from Putnam in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a young adult dark fantasy novel. Maeve gets an enchanted letter saying her criminal father was innocent. She poses as an apprentice at the Otherwhere post to uncover the truth. Maeve worries her handsome mentor is onto her scheme. Finally, in our collections and anthologies category, we have 3 new books coming out. From Frank Frazetta, we have Terror, the horror art of Frank Frazetta, Frazetta Gallery series, out from American Hero and hardcover. This is an art book collecting the horror paintings of Grandmaster artist Frazetta, first book in the crowdfunded Frazetta Gallery series. It includes 60s and 70s horror magazine paintings, book covers, plus additional sketches, prelims, and Frazetta photos. Ed Binkley, Brom, Frankie Frazetta, and others contribute tributes/essays. There's also a slipcased limited edition of 500. From editor Alan Castor, we have 3 Hard Shots at the Moon, out from Affinivox in hardcover. This is a signed, limited edition hardcover of 3 hard SF novellas set on the moon. Stories for Men by John Kessel, The Menace from Farside by Ian MacDonald, and Griffin's Egg by Michael Swanwick. Introduction by James Patrick Kelly, illustrations by Maurizio Manizeri. Introduction by James Patrick Kelly, illustrations by Maurizio Manzieri. From editor George R.R. Martin, we have George R.R. Martin Presents Wild Cards, House Rules, out from Bantam in hardcover and ebook. This is an anthology set in the Wild Cards universe, where an alien virus either kills you, mutates you, or gives you superpowers. A house in Cornwall, seat of mysterious billionaire who throws lavish parties, is a hotbed of scandal, plotting, and danger. Stories by Stephen Lee, Marianne Mohanraj, Carolyn Spector, Kevin Andrew Murphy, Peter Newman, and Piedar Ogulin. That wraps up this week. Come visit us on the socials at Locus Mag or Locus Magazine. Surf on over to locusmag.com for book reviews, author interviews, publishing news, and more. Tell us what books you're thinking about in the comments. Locus is a 501c3 nonprofit. Thanks for spending your precious time with us. We'll see you next week with more new books.